What's going on, people, and welcome to my match recap and my player ratings for yesterday's game. Manchester United 4, Chelsea 1. I predicted 2-0, scored more than I thought. Unfortunately didn't get the clean sheet, but we got the 3 points, which was the most important thing. Guaranteed our Champions League spot. Champions League football next season, which is great for the club. The money that will be brought in, whether or not that's used properly, we'll have to wait and see, but it's progress, and won a cup in the Champions League spot for next year, and we're in a final that I know we probably won't win, but there's been a lot of progression this year, and I think Ten Hag deserves a lot of credit. 1 game to go, obviously, to finish off the season, but I think overall it's been a very successful one and a huge improvement on recent years, and I think it proves that Ten Hag is the man going forward, and he deserves time now and patience and to build, and if things start going wrong, he needs more time because he's proven that he can win with us. I know it's not a massive trophy we've won in the Carabao, but it's still silverware. And for me, I'd stick with him. And they will anyway, but like I said, when things start going bad at some point, which they will, because it does at every club, you then need to get the backing from your owners and the fans as well. Be interested to see what happens with that when that time comes, because I feel like we do need to stick with him and give him more time than other managers would have had in the past, because he's proven that he can do stuff with us and improve us a lot. So the game yesterday, I think the first half Chelsea were the better team. They could have had 3 or 4 goals in the first half, just weren't clinical in that final moment. But the amount they created, and they just seemed to pierce through us, through our midfield and our defence. And unfortunately for them, they couldn't be clinical enough to finish these chances off. Second half, I don't think they had as many, but the first half they definitely were the better team. Second half, it's a weird one because I don't necessarily feel like we should have had 4 goals, really. I'll take it every day, but I don't think our performance really... I think the scoreline flattered us, basically. I think we deserved to win, but probably not by that margin. But we were clinical when it mattered, and that was the difference. Casemiro, for me, yesterday was really good with that no-look pass to Sancho. The no-look pass from Casemiro was just a piece of art. I think he was a lot better yesterday, so it was good to see him doing better. But I do think there were players under par yesterday for us. I'll get into the ratings in a minute. But as I said, first half, I think Chelsea definitely were the better team. Second half, maybe us, but you could argue still Chelsea. It was a big message yesterday, winning by that goal difference. Even if I feel like we didn't massively deserve 4 goals, we got them, and that's the important things. Overall, very pleased. It was good to see Garnacho come on as well. I wanted him to start, but he came on. Sad that the season is ending, but hopefully be back before we know it. As for my player ratings yesterday, De Gea 5, didn't have a lot to do, really. Some of the chances created that Chelsea created, a lot of them weren't on target, so he didn't have to do a lot of work. Obviously, Felix scores the only goal for them in the second half, but apart from that, I think De Gea had a quiet game. 5. Aaron Wan-Bissaka 5. I think he did get caught out early on with a few chances from Hall down the left for Chelsea. Obviously, he was his marker, and he did get beat quite a few times by him, but luckily for us, didn't really end up hurting us. But I think as the game went on, he made some crucial blocks and defensive duties that needed to be made in crucial moments, and I think he did it. So 5 for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Varane and Lindelof, I gave them both a 4, simply because I feel like Chelsea just penetrated through them too easily, especially in the first half. Players going in that mid-channel between 2 of them were getting through too frequently and too often. But we did get away with it, but I'm not just going to give them high ratings because we got the win in the end and that we only conceded 1, because they were exposed quite a few times, but the scoreline got us away and got us out of jail. They were a bit suspectable yesterday, I thought. So give both of them a 4. Luke Shaw, 5. Obviously got subbed at half-time, which I'm assuming he must have been carrying something or picked up a knock. But I think he was the best, other than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, out of the back 4 in the first half. And then Malacia comes on and does a good job. But 5 for sure. Casemiro 6 for me, and he was my man of the match. Obviously, I think he played very well. Obviously scores a goal as well. Crucial header. He's been very inconsistent this season, and obviously with the bans as well, that hasn't helped. and he needs to calm that down a bit, I think. We just need him to miss less games next year because he's important to us, very important. Displays like yesterday prove why we need him at the club. 6, and my man of the match. Eriksen, 5. I thought he looked lively again, looked promising. Obviously got the assist for the Casemiro header with a beautifully taken free kick in swinger. I thought he looked pretty good. 5 for Eriksen. Antony, 3. I thought he was terrible again. At times he's cutting in and just wasting it, running into people, shooting as he's slipping over, not hitting the target. I thought he was awful again. 3. Bruno, 4. I thought he struggled to get in the game. I don't feel like he was involved a lot in the build-up play and in terms of the goals we scored. And obviously he's our captain, but I don't think he was that involved yesterday. 4. Sancho, 5. I thought he got better as the game went on. There was a few little moments here and there where he should have done better, but I think overall he looked lively and creative. 5. Martial, 3. Graveyard shift. Looked a bit despondent at times, which is disappointing. It's going to be interesting to see if we keep him next season. Bit of a ghost yesterday. Malacia, 5. Come on for sure at half-time, did a decent job. Fred, 5. Same as Malacia, decent. Rashford, 4. I know he scores, but I don't think he had a good game outside of that, really. Maybe could have picked up an assist for a chance for, I think it was Sancho at one point. But I don't think he had a great game. Wasn't hugely involved, similar to Bruno. So 4 for Rashford for me. McTominay came on right near the end for Bruno. Average 5. And Garnacho, 6, because I think he came on, he looked lively, looked promising. And he's such a young player, and I think people forget that sometimes because he's very consistent. Whether he starts or he comes on as a sub, I think his consistency is quality for a player that is his age. 6 for Garnacho, and 7 for Ten Hag. So Ten Hag got the highest rating out of all of these, even though he's not a player. So Ten Hag, 7, but my player, man of the match, would be Casemiro. I just think he was our best player yesterday, simple and plain. Any Chelsea supporters, you're welcome. Come and get in the comments. You're all welcome here. Yeah, I hope you have a better season next year, because I don't hate Chelsea, but they're in a bit of a mess at the moment, and I think they will have a better season next year, but not drastically. I think Poch coming in will stabilise them a bit, but I can't see them winning things with him, so it's still not going to answer the problems, really. So, yeah, I think you'll have a better season, but only slightly next year. And you've got to sort out this huge squad that you've got as well. But delighted with the result yesterday, guys. 4-1. And I'll be back shortly as well in the next few days with a preview for the last Manchester United game. So look out for that dropping. And if you didn't know already, earlier today I dropped my team of the season, Premier League team of the season, which is already up on the channel. So go over there and give that a watch as well and give it a thumbs up. Tell your friends to subscribe, and I'll catch you soon.